boys and girls, is when I feel like a clock, and I am Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Well, last night I worked at a 50% rate, which isn't what we call stellar for the Pearls of Wisdom. Tough games though last night, and I said that yesterday when I was making those predictions. For instance, the San Jose Chicago game, I watched that game. I wonder how long it's going to take before they realize that Lehner's their number one goaltender. Crawford's been injured a lot, and he just doesn't look right. He hasn't looked right. Like, I shouldn't say that. It was like 2 years ago or something like that he was just stellar, and he can still go through stellar runs. Also, with Chicago, I wanted to bring up that I didn't like much of their moves. I don't think getting Oli Mata really helped them all that much. There's a lot of people predicting them to make the playoffs, and I can see that if they put Lehner in the net. I love him. I've been touting Lehner for quite some time, ever since he was in Ottawa. In Buffalo, I said, just let him get his head straight. He's going to be great, but they gave up on him. Then he goes to the island, and I don't know what the hell happened there. Why do you take Varlamov over Lehner when he was only asking for $5 million? I don't know what it was. I have no idea. Anyways, play him in Chicago. You may make the playoffs. You don't, you probably won't. I wanted to mention that. Especially, you lost against a San Jose team that looked pretty disheveled. They were having trouble scoring. Bad move. And so, anyways, I did take the Arizona game, and that was the big one I wanted to stress for you yesterday. Is I really believed Arizona was going to win that game against the Golden Knights, and they did. I really believed that Colorado was going to beat Boston, and they did. So the good news is the picks that I actually directed towards betting, which I end bet myself and won, came through. And that's the main thing, right, boys and girls? That we are making money. That's the main thing in this world. Obviously, I'm doing well. I'm doing videos in a bathroom. Okay, let's get to today's picks here. Friday the 11th. It's my wife's birthday today. Yeah. Panthers versus the Sabres. Panthers apparently are going to have Bobrovsky in net. I think that may change. I have a feeling that Martin Bull might go in here because Sabres are putting their backup. I don't know if it's a backup. Allmark. I don't know if Allmark is the backup or not in that right now, but they're putting Allmark in that. I'm going heavily on the over here, and until I see differently, I just love the energy that Ralph Kruger, I remembered his name, is bringing to the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to take the Sabres here. I would definitely take the over, and I'm going to say like 5-3 or 5-4, something like that, like high scoring game. Ducks versus the Jackets. Ducks yesterday had a really good opportunity to spank Pittsburgh. I had the Ducks winning that game. I didn't watch much of it, but I'll tell you what I did watch was boring as hell. Pittsburgh played an extremely defensive game with Malkin gone, and who else has gone out of their lineup? There's quite a few anyways. Galchenyuk is out of their lineup. And their offense depth was never that great to begin with. So they went in and basically played like a trap against the Ducks. It was boring as hell. And it worked because the Ducks couldn't score more than one goal, even though they had Gibson in net. I really thought the Ducks would be able to come up with something here. That loss actually concerns me. I didn't pick the Ducks to make the playoffs, but I thought they were going to be stronger than other people. I know it's only one game. Sometimes certain games can define what a team is. And coming up against Pittsburgh when they're injured like that, there should be, you should smell blood. Like, they should have been just trouncing on Pittsburgh last night, and they did not look great. Now they're going on a back-to-back. I believe Miller will be in net. and they're playing a Jackets team that Tortorella, the first 2 games they looked horrible, and then they played their ass off the last game. I imagine that's going to be the same. Tortorella, for teams like this that lost their stars and stuff like that, he won't say it, but actually he relishes that. That's kind of the teams he wants. He doesn't want big stars and all that shit, unless it's going to be a guy that is going to, like, he would take Crosby, of course, or anybody, like a really hard-working guy. But he likes to be able to motivate. His fun part of his life in coaching is motivating people to be better than they are. And he's got a team for that. What I saw the Ducks last night, now, their coach, he was a coach of the Edmonton Oilers as well. I can't remember his name off the side. I should have looked it up before I started this video, shouldn't I have? Yeah, but I didn't. I had a nap instead. Anyways, they're probably going to work fairly hard as well. I just think on a back-to-back, coming from Pittsburgh to Columbus, Columbus is fresh. They're going to outwork them and probably take this game like 3-1, something like that. Now the Islanders versus the Hurricanes. Anytime Barry Trotz is coaching a fucking team, it's hard to bet against them. The Islanders could win this on the road. They could. I mean, if I got to put money on it though, the Canes also are coached by a fantastic fellow named Brindamore, and he's got that team just lit up right now. They are flying. It's going to be tough for the Islanders to play their system against the Canes. There's so much speed on that lineup. They're playing with such continuity. Mrazek shits the bed. Maybe they win, but I got to take the Canes here, and I got to take them fairly convincingly. I'm going to say about 4-1. I would bet all this card. I'd bet this whole card this day. And you're going to win some money, boys and girls. Get me out of the bathroom, hit the subscribe button, and the bell. Make me a YouTube sensation. And I'll set up some newt digs. We'll have a studio. I'll invite you all to the studio. We'll do interviews, and we'll have NHL stars there, and it is going to be beautiful. Just wait till you see. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.